And joining us now with more insight on this week in politics, WGN political analyst Paul Lisnek.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Hi, let's start with the ShotSpotter. We just learned at the top of the show that it's going to be extended until September 22nd or so with a 2-month transition. And Mayor Brandon Johnson pretty much campaigned on this. He was going to get rid of it, but there's been a lot of pushback. Supposed to be ending tonight at midnight.
Right. That's been the conflict. It was a campaign promise, and that he would get rid of it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he's getting rid of it, and then he's getting some pushback, just like you said. So it looks like what they've done. You know, he thought it was going to be, he gave it another 6 months, and ShotSpotter went, we didn't know anything about that. They wanted a year. No surprise that you get this intermediate point, right? 6 months, another 2 months of phase out. So they
is he basing it on statistics? I mean, why did he want to end it in the first place?
Well, Micah, the statistics are mixed.
Yeah.
There's a percentage that says, yes, it's made a difference, but there's also a lot of reporting that says, no, it really didn't, and it's also changed the way cops are responding to things. So it's mixed. The question is whether they will shift to another kind of technology to use, or whether it's looking at the operations of police officers and how they tackle a scene. We'll see what happens, but I think the surprising part, and Johnson was asked about this in a press conference, which was, shouldn't you have maybe been planning for this for a period of months? And he goes, I wanted an off-ramp. This is the way I've chosen to handle it.
Now they have more time to figure that out, I guess.
Yes.
On the police union arbitration, the city council voted down the closed-door misconduct hearings. Is that, as the mayor calls it, a victory for transparency?
Well, certainly the votes on city council suggest that it is a victory for transparency, and you can see why it would be, right? An arbitrator can't now, behind closed doors, issue an opinion, and we would always see the opinion, but we may or may not see what the rationale is for that opinion or how much is given to us. And of course, in the times we've been living in, probably since Laquan McDonald, right back in 2015 or so, I mean, people say, I want to know what's going on. So I think that's why there's a call for transparency. But the bottom line is two things. Number one, it's going to court. So expect the court system to deal with it. And of course, you had the president of the FOP, Frank Catanzaro, who basically has said something to the effect of Johnson has essentially waged war on cops for their next contract, 2027. So, you know, it'll be a battle, but for now, transparency wins. And I think most Chicagoans would say, yeah, we want transparency.
Let's talk about Alexei Navalny. He died today in a Russian prison. Just yesterday.
Or was killed.
Well, it depends on who's talking and where we find out. But yesterday he was having fun talking with the judge that it's, you know, Putin's biggest foe. Biden saying it's Putin who's responsible for this.
Right.
What is the fallback from all of this going to be?
Well, from our perspective, right, first of all, Biden came out and spoke to it today. And you know, it's pretty clear. The reason I say killed is because, as you said, he was looking great yesterday. There was no announcement that he had a heart attack overnight. So, you know, and given the way things are.
Just collapsed on a walk.
You just kind of believe that something nefarious has happened. But that being said, for us, it's a focus on Ukraine. Because, of course, Russia in the process of trying to take over Ukraine, and we now have the Congress here, specifically the House. The Senate has done their job, and they've given money to Ukraine. But now the House has basically said, no, it's dead on arrival. It's a fascinating thing because there was a border bill that the House didn't want to bring up, and now they won't bring up the border money, the Ukraine money, because Johnson says, well, there's no border provision. But you turn that down. You wouldn't talk about that. A little bit of a circular thing.
Not to mention the Israel money that they want to give for Israel,
it's all part of that. And it puts a focus on NATO, too, because, you know, we know Trump recently has said, you know, if people don't pay up their dues, let
Putin attack the NATO countries.
Let him do his words, whatever the hell he wants to these countries. And you probably know this, but, you know, since NATO has been around in 70 years, it's only been called, how many times has it been called upon? Do you know?
No.
I'm sorry, that it's been triggered, that Section 5 has been triggered, which says we've been attacked, now we all must.
How many times?
Once.
Really?
And who called for it? Us. It was after 9/11.
Wow.
So, and that's why France and England and all these countries were with us as we were fighting after 9/11. So the point is, it's interesting that the one country that's used the provision that Trump is fighting is us, and we've actually exercised it.
All right, speaking of Donald Trump, he got hit with that major fine today. 355 could balloon up to 450 million.
Well, it is already 460 million because there is prejudgment interest. It's been accruing since 2019 for part of it and 2022 for part of it. It's already at 455.
But he's going to have to pay that as he appeals.
Or get a bond. So yes, and interest will accrue. So he either has to get a bond or he's got to put up 120% of it. But you know, here's the thing. Everybody's sort of saying, this is going to destroy Trump. I just don't have that view. When it comes to money, he will find a way. So whether it's, now he can't go to a bank that's licensed in New York, that's part of the deal. So he can't go to Deutsche Bank, for example,
but
which
could sell assets.
But he could let a billionaire friend have a piece or a mortgage on Mar-a-Lago, which has no debt on it right now. and that friend could give him a couple $100 million at a low interest rate. I just think ultimately that's what happens. He'll also spin the political part, which is to say he can't be involved as a director of a corporation or of this business for 3 years. I expect him to come out and say, I'm going to be president. I don't have time to do this. I didn't do it my first term. So he'll spin this, and I just think that as much as it is a devastating verdict, he will be a master at spinning it around and giving it a different look, certainly for his supporters.
Who's on your show this week?
Oh, so this week we're going to talk about the shot spotter. We're going to talk about the arbitration situation, and I've got two aldermen joining me, Alderman Bill Conway of the 34th Ward and Brian Hopkins of the 2nd Ward. They differ on those issues in some, so it'll be interesting. And then next week, I always like to plug the midday show when I interview an author. I'll be talking to the authors of a book called The Truce. It's all about kind of the development of the political parties and what they need to do now to fix it. But I just like saying the authors' names, Hunter Walker and Lupe Lupin.
And you get to do it.
I hope I get that one
Doesn't
right.
Lupe have a show on Netflix or something?
It might be called Lupe. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. Yes. Yeah. I don't think it's him, but yeah.
Right, exactly.
You're right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.